Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zara Nova, and today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok video about relationship security and the toxicity that follows traditional lifestyle choices. So we're going to watch it together, reconvene, and I will tell you what I think. Let's get into it.
Anytime I post about being a stay-at-home mom and how much I enjoy it, I get comments like this. Usually along the lines of, your husband's cheating on you probably, he's gonna leave you someday. You know, just really genuine, kind comments like that. And I know a lot of people probably have like past trauma and reasons for not wanting to trust anyone.
So before we dive into her response, we need to understand the context. This creator is a stay-at-home mom, someone who appears genuinely happy with her life and her marriage of almost 10 years.
But to project your bad experiences with marriage or with men onto other people's marriages is just ridiculous, and it's not fair, and I refuse to, take it seriously. And I always stop and think, like, what do these people expect me to do? I think they expect me to look at my life. My husband and I have been married almost 10 years. We got a great thing going. I trust him. I love him. I have every reason to do so. Our kids are thriving. They're happy. They're healthy. And I get to personally oversee the foundation that is their childhood. I'm supposed to look at all of that and go, no. You know what, honey? Change of plans. We are actually going to start spending about $20,000 per child per year to pay another woman to do what I do, to spend time watching our kids. And I'm going to forego those precious years with them, and I'm gonna go get a 9-to-5 office job. I'm going to set aside all of the money that I make for myself, simply because some women on TikTok who don't know you, don't know me, they say that you're a bad guy, like a really bad guy. And since there are other guys out there who are bad and who have left their families, I'm just going to assume that you're going to do that. That's the kind of relationship that we're gonna have. It's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. And I think a lot of people think so little of stay-at-home moms, of trad wives, of homemakers, of housewives, whatever you want to call them, and they genuinely think that we're stupid. We know that bad things can happen, but we also know that the best things in life, basically anything worth doing in life, requires risk. Turns out that no matter how much of a boss babe you are, no matter how independent you think you are, no matter how many prenups you sign, there is risk in marriage. There is risk in having any kind of deep, meaningful connection with another human being. Whether it is a partner, a spouse, a child, a friend, a family member, there is no safe way to love another person. Because at any point, any of those people could just decide they're done with you. So for us stay-at-home moms, for us, more traditional women, we acknowledge that there is risk in our lifestyle, of course.
The video she is reacting to is essentially the comment section filled with warnings and dire predictions. Comments telling her that her husband is likely cheating, that she's going to be abandoned, and that she needs a backup plan because her life is somehow foolish or naive. She is calling out the absurdity of this unsolicited negative projection. This reaction really hits on one of the core problems I see in modern relationship discourse, which is the constant assumption that misery is the only realistic outcome. She is exactly right when she points out the logical fallacy here. People are demanding that she dismantle a thriving, secure 10-year marriage and an active parenting role simply because other people they know or strangers online know had bad marriages. This is fundamentally what we call misery loves company. When someone sees a stable, functional relationship, especially one that doesn't align with their narrative of inevitable struggle or male deceit, they feel compelled to tear it down. If she fails, it validates their suspicion. If she stays happy, it proves that their cynicism is unnecessary, and people do not like to be proven wrong in their bitterness. The idea that you must live in perpetual defensive paranoia is frankly exhausting. She nailed it when she said that any deep, meaningful connection, whether it's with a spouse, a friend, or a child, requires risk. There is no ironclad way to eliminate the human element. You cannot sign enough prenups or stack enough money to protect yourself from the emotional cost of a partner simply deciding they are done. That is the price of loving another person intentionally. The people leaving these comments aren't being helpful. They are attempting to contaminate her joy with their trauma. They are demanding that she trade her present happiness for a hypothetical defense against a future sorrow. That is simply no way to live.
But we feel that being able to be with our small children in the few short years they have of being small, and personally being the ones who lay the foundation that is their childhood, is worth whatever kind of scenario you think is going to happen, right? It's worth that risk for us. I think some people spend their entire lives just waiting for bad things to happen and just being suspicious of every single person around them. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but life is short, and I do not think that is any way to live. I refuse to live that way. I refuse to think that all men are bad because some of them are. I'm raising 2 sons, and I think that is such a toxic, gross, bad mentality to have. No, thank you. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people who leave these types of comments would love to see me fail. They would love to see my husband leave me and for me and my kids to be on the streets, right? That would make them so happy, because then they could look at me and say, I told you so. You shouldn't have been so proud to be a mom. You shouldn't have been so proud to stay at home with your kids. You should have lived more like me. And so to those people, I say, keep following along, keep watching my videos and spending time on my content. Maybe someday your fantasy will come true, but until then, I'm going to be living in the here and the now. I have today, and I'm going to be spending it with my kids. I'm going to be taking care of my husband. I'm going to be at home with them, and that's that.
The truth is, while you must always be a responsible, functioning adult, and I am always in favor of women maintaining their resources, the focus of your energy should never be solely on preparing for catastrophic abandonment. Your focus needs to be on building and maintaining the relationship you have today. She has chosen accountability over fear. She is focused on watering the grass she is standing on. If you spend all your time worrying about what might happen, you forfeit your ability to influence what is happening. My advice remains the same. Live intentionally. Do not let the trauma and bitterness of strangers dictate the trust you have established in your own home. Prioritize being a contributing, loving partner and a thoughtful mother, and worry about the hypotheticals only when they become real. Until then, be present and refuse to let outside cynicism corrupt the beautiful life you have built. That's all for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you next time.